Icon Foundation.
The story of a Ukrainian who traveled the world on a wheelchair. He visited 63 countries of the world. Today I am in Milan, tomorrow I'll be in Auckland, New Zealand, and then in Rio de Janeiro. He traveled 56 of them on a wheelchair. These colored dots on my globe are my round-the-world route. Mykola has proved that people with disabilities can live fully. Kiev resident Mykola is 65 years old. He was born in a family of engineers, so after the school he decided to continue the family affair. After the institute there was an army, and then Mykola became interested in discos. I have been probably the most well-known disc jockey in the 80 years. At the age of 35, Mykola Volodymyrovich traveled abroad to Czechoslovakia for the first time. Then the entire world seemed to him. But 3 years later, being on business in Estonia, his car flew into the ditch on the way to the airport, and Mykola had been in a wheelchair. I broke the spine and they brought me here in Kiev a month later in the luggage compartment of the aircraft. Thanks to a loving family and caring wife, Natalia, Mykola Volodymyrovich realized that we have to live further. I had to ask myself a Cyrillic letter or Osik. Cyrillic letter or man, whether I will fight the disease, not knowing the result. No one said, I will walk, I will not walk, or I have to live on a cart fully. I chose from here. Mykola Volodymyrovich had the strength and inspiration to work, but the state issued a certificate. Do you know what was written there? Unsafe. Needs constant out-of-home care. The state said, a miserable cripple. We give a pension, dump something for the day of invalids, for some holiday and, goodbye. Mykola Volodymyrovich did not accept this attitude. Moreover, he decided to change the attitude of society regarding people in wheelchairs. I got down to business. I invented, organized, conducted telethon, competition Miss Ukraine in a wheelchair, competition Night of Ukraine in a wheelchair. Nobody to me did it. And our girls, most of them are now mothers, activists of the disabled or social movement. In 2004, Mykola Volodymyrovich had the honor to wear an Olympic fire in Kiev, and at that time he decided to repeat the entire Olympic route yet with his own torch. There were 35 cities in 27 countries in the world. That's how the project Planet Earth, a look at a wheelchair, was born. I plan to find a specific route for the Olympic bonfire in those cities, planning to get there and drive in each of the cities 1,206 meters. What is such a distance? Because, if it is multiplied by 35 stages, it is 42 kilometers 195 meters. That is, the gray wheelchair, Ukrainian mustache Cossack will pass marathon across the planet named Earth. Mr. Mykola was preparing for a trip for a long time. He collected the money, planned the route, and he went with his wife in a journey in 2011. Those colored dots on my globe are my round-the-world route. What are the different colors, different years? Montreal, New York, London, Amsterdam, Antwerp, Delhi, India. In order to implement his plan, Mykola Volodymyrovich took 7 years. Ukrainian ambassadors, Sergei Bobka and Justin different people helped him with travels more than once. Mykola Volodymyrovich mentioned the most interesting moments a few months after returning. I want to wish you to see the sunrise above the Himalayas. We arrived, climbed to 2,800 and there is a ridge of 8,000 in front of me. And then the sun comes on above those 8,000, the flash. This is impossible to express. In the round-the-world trip, Mykola Volodymyrovich was fond not only by nature, but he also watched the way to treat people with disabilities in other countries. We walked with Natalka in Stockholm to the ferry to Helsinki, and there are large containers for garbage. And there is a hole at my level to allow the disabled person to throw garbage. This is not a hole. It's a language of society for the disabled. We want you to be comfortable, dear. Now Mykola Podresin knows exactly what everyone like him needs to feel full. Rehabilitation of disabled people in Ukraine will start 100% when society is rehabilitated. Since the injury only partially took away my health, more exactly my possibilities, but the society that considers me to be a cripple takes away my human dignity. Having traveled almost the whole globe, Mr. Mykola calls to live every day. Do not sit in the four walls, watching the world from the window, but act and create your own life with your own hands.
Icon Foundation.